Hello, today is May 25th. I don't remember the last time what the date was when I last updated y'all, because I didn't look. But today I went to the store 6 a.m. I've got an appointment later on at around 11, which I have to leave here by 10. So I have time for some cooking. It is 7:40 right now. You may have seen, I'm going to insert a little shot of what my crock pot looks like right now. I've got some chicken going, and I am using this stuff called ranch chicken seasoning for the slow cooker. It's by Rega. This stuff is amazing. I actually use the recipe right on the back. 2 pounds of chicken breasts. It calls for 16 ounces of cream cheese, but I only use 8 ounces. It calls for bacon slices, but I'm going to be using bacon bits because I have some left over that I don't have any other plans for. And it also calls for 8 ounces of shredded cheese, which I do not add. So basically just chicken, 8 ounces of cream cheese, a little bit of bacon bits, and the seasoning itself. Makes a really amazing kind of like chicken mixture, and then you kind of like stir it around so the chicken shreds, and then you can put it in tortillas and tacos. I make like a quesadilla kind of thing where I fold the taco in half. Really good. Today I was good. I avoided temptation at the store. The mistake is you're not supposed to go to the store hungry, and I don't eat breakfast, so I didn't think about that aspect of it. So I walked into that store and I wanted every damn thing on the shelf. But I was good. I looked at the bakery items, I looked at the calories, decided, hey, the calories are not worth what you get, because they aren't, like, at least currently, not within my calorie plan for the day. And then, so I decided, you know what, I'll get a treat, but I will get like a smaller portion of that treat. So I really like Reese's, and I was tempted to get like a full package of the Reese's cups, and I picked it up and I looked at it and I was like, no, you don't need this in the house because you will eat the whole thing. I can't portion out chocolate very well still. I struggle with it. It needs to be like in its own packaging. It needs to be single serve, like that kind of thing, for me to really kind of be able to do that. So I decided I will get a Reese's cup, but I will get the individual portion Reese's cup that you get like at the checkout. Yes, it's more expensive, but for me, it was worth it in that regard, because that means I'm not going to eat the whole thing, which I still struggle with. But I also picked up this Monster cookie mix. I have not tried this yet. It's gluten-free, which that's fine. I'm not a gluten person anyway. Like I'm not allergic to gluten or anything, but I like to try like substitutes and things of that sort. Like I'm not a vegetarian, but I still like to try meat substitutes because, yeah, it's out there. Might as well try it out. So for this, you just need an egg and a half cup of peanut butter. But I'm going to be using this PB2 peanut butter instead of the peanut butter it calls for, because peanut butter is really high calorie dense. And this you can specifically use in baking. So I'm like, okay, try it out. And then it calls for 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, softened, not melted. But yeah, these look really tasty. Obviously the package is going to look really tasty, and I'm just hoping they come out that good, but I will definitely show those when they're done cooking. But this morning I'm going to be cutting up my usual Brussels sprouts. I've got 2 packages of these I need to cook. I've got the oven preheating. Currently we are at 275. I'm heating it up to 400. Ooh, let me show you what I have discovered recently that is saving my water intake. So I have discovered Starburst and Skittles drink mixes. They are both 0 sugar, which I am thrilled with. They do not taste 0 sugar. I don't know what the hell they're putting in these things, but they're really good. The wild berry is my favorite with the Skittles. I did get a variety pack just to kind of try out the different ones. The strawberry is okay, but it's super similar, obviously, to the Starburst. So, and I like the Starburst just a wee bit more than the strawberry Skittles. And then I did not try the cherry because I don't eat anything cherry flavored at all whatsoever. So I gave those to a friend, and then the raspberry is also pretty good, but the wild berry by far above and beyond anything. I got like 12 packs of these things on Amazon. I was like, I need them before they discontinue them, because knowing my luck, I'm going to find these and love them and enjoy them, and then they're going to take them off the market because that's just how it goes. And then of course the Starburst, all pink. So I will say the difference between these two is that the Starburst really tastes like the candy. It has kind of that like, it really tastes liquid candy, honestly, and I have to kind of dilute it a little bit more than they call for. And the Skittles has a really nice tang to it. The first ingredient on it is citric acid, but I am fairly sensitive to citric acid, like super so, but these do not bother my tongue whatsoever. So it's enough citric acid to get that tang, but not enough to really trigger any kind of response with it if you are citric acid sensitive, like I am. So yeah, oh, and I also got some dark chocolate, not lilies, but it's like no sugar added baking chips, just to kind of like add in to the monster cookies, because I like a lot of chocolate. The package says lots of chocolate, but I call X to doubt on that, because there's never enough chocolate for me. I found it interesting because, like, if you're watching your calorie intake, the calorie difference between the no sugar added and the Hershey's dark chocolate, which I was comparing this to, the Hershey's dark chocolate is 70 calories per serving, per 15 gram serving, and this is 60 calories per 15 gram serving. So it does match up in terms of the serving size, but this is like 10 grams cheaper. So I'm thinking to myself, well, the reason you want to go for this is to definitely get for the lower sugar aspect rather than the calorie aspect, because the calories are kind of like minimal. Like, if you don't care about the sugar, you might as well just go for the Hershey's. But I'm attempting to watch my sugar intake. We'll leave it at that. We'll say attempting. I'm not super strict about it though. All right, so we are going to cut up some Brussels sprouts. Let me get all this stuff off the counter. I'm gonna do my Brussels sprouts preparation. I think y'all seen it before, but it's been a while. Might as well show it off again. Oh, that drink mix is really good. Like, my brain is all like, you sure you're drinking water? I'm like, yes, brain, I'm drinking water. So I go through food obsessions, and my obsession this past week has been peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So I usually get the Dave's Killer Bread white bread done right. It is more expensive, but it's 70 calories per slice. So I think it's like 120 or something for the sandwich bread itself when I eat 2 slices. I usually use about 20 grams of great value smooth peanut butter, and then 20 grams of grape jelly, which is like a Concord grape jelly. I think it's Smucker's, yeah. But the again, peanut butter is super calorie dense, but I do like to use like actual peanut butter rather than the PB2 on a peanut butter sandwich. And then I will use half a tablespoon of butter both sides of the bread, and then I will air fry it, and it is amazing. Oh, there goes the oven. I also have a lot of leftover tortillas, so this week I've also been making salmon wraps. So I'll actually cook up my salmon and then kind of shred it lightly, and then I will put it on a tortilla with lettuce, the salmon, a little bit of rice mixed in with some egg. So like I'll take leftover rice, stir an egg into it, and then toast it on the stove. Comes out really nice, and the serving size is perfect for it. This week I'm going to be making, of course, my chicken ranch, and I also want to make a chicken crust pizza. I have tried the ground chicken pizza crust before, a couple weeks ago. I didn't film it because honestly, like, it was good, but it looked gross. Not gonna lie. While it was cooking, that shit looked gross. It was like leaking fluids, and I had to pat it off with a paper towel, and I was incredibly grossed out by that. So I'm going to go back to the canned chicken for my chicken crust because I like the flavor, and it's a little bit drier than ground chicken. So yeah, I need to get going on these Brussels sprouts. So my week has gone pretty well. I've been pretty busy with overtime with work, but I've been getting through it. I plan to be working on the holiday this upcoming Monday because they are offering premium pay, which I really need to keep saving up for my surgery in August. I've been trying to lose at least, I want to try and lose another 10 pounds if I can. I am incredibly stuck at 190 right now. My body is not wanting me to get below that 190 and stay there. It will dip into like 189, 188, and then it'll be like right back up. I have been trying to do more exercising lately though. I've been relatively sedentary, I guess that's the right word. Because, well, you know, I don't feel like exercising. Who wants to exercise, right? Plus my knees are crunchy. I'm getting older and I can't do a lot of like running. So I was like, you know what? My ex had let me know that he had my old DDR dance mat for the GameCube, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think that'll be perfect. Is that leaf okay? Yeah, that's fine. So I met up with him, got the old mat back, and have been doing some Mario DDR, which has actually been going really well. I am no longer in my early 20s though. I remember it being a lot easier. It is no longer super easy, but that's okay. I do about half an hour every day. It's at least something. And then of course still watching my calorie intake. I've been limiting myself to around 1,500. I got a new PCP recently, primary care physician, for those of you not in the United States, and we ran like my annual physical. He said everything is looking good, basically just do more exercising. I'm like, okay, fine. So, but I was happy because my blood test came out all good, which means hopefully no issues arising for August. I do like my new PCP. I have been looking for a regular doctor to go to for a while, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And then I was like, I need to really find one. So I had my my job help me look for one who was in network. There's a service that our job offers called Included Health, and they let you, it's like basically like a healthcare concierge service. They help you like look for like local physicians in the area that will match with your needs. Let me just throw this away real quick. And for me, I require an LGBT physician, or at least people who are willing to work with LGBT people. So thankfully, my Included Health was able to find one for me. Oh, that's the wrong oil. Oh, I should have got more oil at the store. So for each batch of Brussels sprouts, I do the 1 tablespoon of oil. And so I met with him, and he was really great. Was really receptive to what my needs. He is gay himself, so that always is helpful in the search for LGBT acceptance. Just toss these. And it's all shiny and coated. And then I will put in my parsley flakes, and I've got this McCormick seasoning called garlic, herb, and black pepper and salt. Really tasty seasoning. I use it almost on everything. And I am generous with it, so I usually buy like 2 bottles at a time. It smells so good. Oop, escapee. So I will toss like 1 batch and then put it on, ooh, that's a lot. And then put it on the parchment paper, and then cut up the next batch and then put it on the parchment paper. I've been finding if I try and toss all the seasonings on with both batches at once, then it doesn't work out well. Oh, I need to put parchment paper on the pan. Just imagine someone putting Brussels sprouts on a pan. That's all you need to do. Mother's Day was recently. I got her a card this year that was like a 3D pop-up card. It was kind of cool. Like had a hummingbird in it and all that. All right, on to the next batch. So yeah, like I said, I found a new PCP. I have got all my surgery supplies ready for August. And at this point, I'm still waiting on insurance. I'm waiting on my surgeon to like put in more notes for the insurance company so they can like know what I'm going through and make sure it's covered, which I know it's covered. It's just a matter of like getting all the notes in order for the insurance company, which is an absolute nightmare. Because the insurance company doesn't want to pay, of course, unless they're sure what you're going through, and they can't just take your word for it, I guess. You know, I'm not doing this for fun. The joy of insurance companies. I do love fresh Brussels sprouts, though. I could eat them all the time, and I pretty much do. I don't know what I was saying there. Mainly because it's like one of the only vegetables I eat. So I kind of always have to have it on hand. I will eat broccoli as well. But really, anything beyond that, I'm just like not that interested in. I don't know. Like I've tried asparagus. I don't like cucumbers. Anything like that. I'll eat pickles. But I like the bread and butter pickles, not like regular pickles. So I don't think that counts. Every now and then I have a hankering for like one of those big large pickles, but then I won't eat the rest of the container, so I don't get them. Because I'm not about to eat all those pickles on my own. Alright, last one. And then, like before, we've got our 1 tablespoon of oil. usually wipe off the excess with an extra Brussels sprout. Take every little bit out. Do a little toss. And I don't really measure this stuff, I just kind of eyeball it. And then they are garlicky and seasoned-y and parsley-y. So good.